learned about both of them, both Chartist and Joan Trask.
Rick Tinnery.
And who?
Rick
Oh,
Tinnery.
really?
Really?
Jane Ellis.
Jane
Yeah.
Ellis too?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
December was a tough month.
Yeah.
Wow.
What did Rick Tinnery die of?
97.
Oh,
I could not believe
because I
that.
just saw him
think
like
that's what
early
it said.
December.
That was
92.
Maybe 92.
90
He's
something.
older than I thought.
Mm.
But of course.
I don't know why
everyone
it
is.
comes as a surprise.
Yeah,
They're
right.
all old people, and yet still it seems like you
Yeah.
expect to see their face. They're always
Yeah.
here. You walk
So
in,
do
they're
they.
sitting there.
It's, yeah.
Mm.
Uh, Well, they'll all be sadly missed. They're part of this family.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about this place. It does feel like a family.
Yeah.
Any public comments? Anyone? Great. Yes.
I just want to know, are we going to hear about what's happening with the social worker?
Yeah, that's in the director's report.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thank you.
The minutes. Has anyone any comments about the minutes of this month's meeting?
We're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
You're
you.
worth every nickel.
Every nickel.
I'm expecting a big raise.
There are no comments, so I hear a motion to accept.
So moved. Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
It's been accepted. The treasurer's report.
Righty. Good morning and
morning.
happy new year, everyone. Oh. So, everybody's probably got it. Within our general fund, we are within budget. We're running at 40% of the total appropriation for the 6-month period. And the month of December, that 41,000 looks a little bit higher than what it typically is for each of the 5 previous months anyway, because December ended up as a 3 pay period month. We have a couple of 3 pay period months throughout the year, and December was one of them. Usually it's 2. Formula grant, the activity of 3,800 represents the payment on the new kiosk. It's not yet placed in service.
Where's it gonna be?
It's already out. It's just on the back side of the other kiosk.
Oh, okay.
There was they were sending a code to an email to get it up and running that we don't know what email it was going to. So nobody could find the code. So we finally, IT got a hold of somebody at my senior center, and I think they sent a code. So we're just waiting for IT to come back and
Okay.
finish setting it up.
Good.
So hopefully soon.
Good.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Revolving fund. At the end of December, we're running at a negative $1,100, but in the receipts, we do not have our credit card payments because they come in typically at the end of the month. We always have a cutoff problem within the revolving fund. So we'll be picking up more and it balances it out where we would expect to be. No activity in the pergola. And act in gift fund, basically minimal, $166 unrestricted expense. That unrestricted gift fund balance at 12/31 is 36,818 out of the total gift fund balance of almost 52,000. Capital projects, that 6,160 represents a payment made to the ceiling man for HVAC repairs. I think it was a late bill that came in,
Oh.
paid late. I think the town is going to be pulling out a lot of that money that's sitting in the $165,000 balance. HVAC's going to be coming out soon, as well as the vehicles that are prior year appropriations unexpended. And they'll use them elsewhere. Any comments, questions?
Would you remind me what the primary use of the revolving fund is? What do we pay?
Sure, that represents all of the programming. So all the
Okay.
classes and the instructors, revolving fund really should match expenses to revenue. So program fees come in
Mhm.
and sometimes, there's questions, should that be in revolving? Should that be here or there? But so there's some judgment call in there too. But it's an
When we first set it
expense,
up, we ran a profit for a while.
a big
And
profit.
It was frowned upon.
Uh-huh.
And So we spent like a year, I think, Elaine's putting expenses against it for quite some time with.
Well,
Yeah.
not deliberately. We did add, I think we had about 20 grand
Yeah.
Yeah,
as a
Okay.
profit in the first couple of years because
Yeah.
we weren't familiar with how to do
Do a
record
revolving
keeping with it, what was going to be expensed against it. We still don't really, I don't think we have a really good policy about what goes in because a lot of the fees that come in cover both
Different things, yeah.
programming that we pay for and programming that individuals pay for. When I
Mhm.
say we, I mean the center pays for,
Yeah.
the town pays for.
So it really is for,
We need an allocation.
when people
some
come in to pay
things.
for a program, the money goes in the revolving fund.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the expenses to pay someone to come in and put it on go in the revolving fund. So if someone charges us $200 for a class and we collect $300, we have a $100 profit in the revolving fund.
Yeah.
But at some point, it's not by law that you have to break even at the end of the year on the revolving fund, but you know,
Well, we're not in
you
the
don't want to
business.
see a nice profit.
Yeah, we're not, we don't want to make profit
profit,
on
right,
our
right.
activity.
So-
We want to be a break even.
Yeah.
You just have to decide what goes in it, like, some places may say that, the luncheon cafe, let's say, is forget Friends running it,
Yeah.
but let's just say cafe was a program that we had. All of the expenses for all the food and all the stuff that goes into that would be capitalized as an expense in here. And then when the people pay the $2 or $5, whatever it is, it would offset whatever that expense is. So you decide as a director and a treasurer, what do we want to put in there as an expense and capitalize as the revenue? Yeah.
And like your meals, when you do
Yeah,
a
what about the lunch
community
program?
dinner.
Well,
Well,
what about
lunch-
the regular lunch program?
Well, there are fees that come in and I'm
Yeah.
not sure how that allocation actually takes place, but you will see Stop and Shop purchases running through like anything individuals pay for and you're reimbursed for it. They go through revolving.
Uh,
But programming will pick up a lot of the Stop and Shop and food charges that come
Uh-huh.
through as well. So, but that
Yeah.
allocation really isn't clear cut. And maybe
Right.
we can do a better job with that. I mean, that would be an objective that I'd like to see happen.
Yeah, I know we have like a subcommittee looking at the food
The
issues.
billing. Well, that was more
Yeah,
of a,
serving and food issues. So
Mhm.
ask them, do they have a separate revolving fund for those meal programs or do they not have one at all?
mhm.
Generally speaking, when residents come in and they pay for something, it goes into a revolving fund and whatever they're paying for, that expense should be in the revolving fund. But some towns isolate meals separately because they don't believe that it's a program, that it's kind of a need that the town is providing.
Uh-huh,
So
yeah,
food is generally separated out of that.
right.
But it depends on how big you are. Some towns are very large, so
Right.
they get food subsidies from other agencies.
right.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to
Oh,
do
yeah.
a revolving fund on it.
And after,
Mhm.
after the COVID or during COVID, ARPA came through and that was specifically designed for food.
Yeah.
So that probably initiated some of that too.
Yeah, so you want to, like you said, maybe it's time to take a look at some
Policy,
guidelines for the
right.
revolving fund.
Right,
Even if they're loose at first,
exactly.
probably wouldn't hurt to have something.
Right.
I think that's a good idea.
So I think I've noticed, say when you do an exercise class, we pay for the exercise class and then the instructor's paid out of that. It seems to me that we're not charging for a lot of other programs that we maybe used to charge for. Now, you probably wouldn't know that. But like the things that happen at 1 o'clock in the afternoon,
Mhm.
lots of times they used to be $5.
Yeah.
And I haven't noticed that too much. What do you think? Cause you go to them.
I did in the
So
most
did-
recent
A lot of
Vista,
them are free.
there
A
were
lot
some
of them are
that,
free.
there
now.
were some that were charging.
Well,
for
there is
that I-
one coming up and that's why I
Yeah.
noticed that.
Yeah.
And I thought, but I mean, I think it's a good thing because I think it encourages people
But often
They're
it
just here
says that
just-
they're funded by
something
Mm-hmm.
else.
somebody.
Men's
Yeah.
cultural or somebody.
or
like
you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Library does that all
Library,
the time.
yeah.
They tell
Yeah.
who's doing the funding.
And that's good.
But I would suspect that in that case, it's not an issue for us at the moment anyway,
Mm.
because our revolving fund is pretty much a break even. We still have money left
Yeah.
over from prior
Yeah,
years.
which I think
and
that's
we're within
good.
our budget.
Encourages
So
people to
we're
come.
covering that cost that we're not picking up.
So
the fee
typically
on.
if it's free, it's because the person who's come in is probably offering their service for free.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
But if they're charging, then we're typically charging a fee
Yeah.
for the program.
that's what I figured, but I think it's a good thing.
So we
Yeah.
do have a few speakers that are coming in and doing it at no cost for us.
Yeah.
So, or the cultural council is
Yeah.
covering it. So,
Good.
Any other comments on the treasurer's report?
The free advice will remain free. Just checking.
Worth every penny of it.
I mean, I got to owe Rich a lot of money if it isn't.
I hear a motion to accept.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
The director.
So to answer your question about the social work position, with personnel, unfortunately, we had a few applicants and interviews prior to the holidays. We had actually offered the position to someone and she ultimately ended up declining because of the hours. It's a part-time position. And since then, we have not really had any applicants coming in, wondering if it's partly related to the holidays and the timing.
Did she not know upfront that it was part-time?
No, she did.
Hmm.
It's posted that way. We talked about it in the interview. It
Did
was
you get
pretty
to the
clear.
point of offering the job and then?
Yes,
How many?
which is a little frustrating.
Yeah.
She had one initially online virtually and then one with us in person. So 2 total.
And who did she meet with? You and.
Megan.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it is too bad because it is
Yeah,
pretty clear
yeah.
and we make it clear in the
Yeah,
interview
you guys
process.
put a lot of time in with that. That's too
Yes.
bad.
Yeah.
Were there other applicants that you could really call back to, or?
There weren't a lot that we even moved into the second round with. We only had one other. And we weren't completely sold on that person as an option. So what HR, I think they're actually finding that a lot of the positions that were posted through the holidays have kind of become stagnant. So they were planning to pull all of them to off, kind of wait a week and then repost them.
Mhm.
It boosts them to the front of all those things. So we're hoping, I think maybe they were posting them this week. So we're hoping maybe that brings in some new interest, but so unfortunately, we don't have anything currently happening with it. It's just kind of been sitting there.
Now, who's picking up the work from that? Is that Sue?
Sue a little bit, for I think more complicated cases, we have the regional social workers. So they've been helping out with a few cases, and myself, I've helped with a few, because I am a licensed social worker, so.
So we're not losing any clientele?
No,
Okay,
no, we've been following up on,
okay.
everything that's come in. So it's kind of been a team effort of who does it make sense to follow up on, whatever the situation is.
Is there an opportunity to share social workers if we had 20 hours here and 20 hours somebody else's town, like we do with some other departments?
That's a great question. We haven't talked about that.
So Susan Saunders, right? She's a shared service provider.
Mhm.
If there's somebody like that for seniors, because she's for everyone but seniors.
Yeah, and that's the regional social workers are kind of
Right,
a
yeah,
similar. They
I think
typically
that's a
work-
great idea, Paul. Because I imagine a lot of centers have part-time social workers,
Right.
and this could fill out their week.
Yeah, we did it for a while for veteran services, but before Bill, we've done it with a couple of the departments where we kind of shared resources. I know the Housing Authority shared a director with Norwood at one point. And so it might be something to take a look at.
That's great. I don't know if I can interject.
Yeah.
I've noticed at the desk that I've been signing up people from Marshfield, Situate, Hull.
Really?
Yes, so there is an outsource of community now, not just Cohasset, and I've noticed that since I've been here since September.
Yeah.
So it happened mainly during Medicare when Sue was picking up.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's when I noticed, and then the word of mouth spread and they were, very happy with that.
Mhm.
So that's a great insight because well, we can share with them because we're already sharing.
Yeah.
with
Right.
them.
And we're going there.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initially, that was when this building was built, there were about 5 or 6 communities on the South Shore that are included in the gift. And so it's always been that they could come here and it's always been reciprocal. It's been
Mhm.
nice. Yeah.
I noticed little tag keys, some of them from other towns will work.
Oh,
on
really?
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Oh. how
Oh, yeah,
convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're,
Even you
it's like a
get
ski
drawn.
pass, you get 3 mountains.
Yeah.
So does that reciprocity go over all services?
I don't know.
For example, transportation. If
Hmm.
someone moves
Oh.
out of town to. a
No,
place
typically we keep transportation
Within
Yeah.
exclusively
to
residents.
Cohasset, yeah. Just because of resource,
Yeah.
limitations. And
Even
again,
Were they borderline?
and then same thing with social work services. I think typically we've tried to focus on Cohasset residents in that realm. Again, the regional social workers are with 3 towns, but they have said that they typically have not done a lot with seniors because there's been a social worker in place. So they're stepping in now to help where they can, but so I think those 2 things have typically been more focused on Cohasset
They're-
residents.
They're grant funded too, I believe.
Individualized.
The regional social workers, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it goes for another couple years,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, there's hope that they'll extend.
Yeah, I
it.
don't know if there's grant funding for regional senior social workers, but certainly they're grant funded.
Yes,
Well, I use Situate occasionally. I really like it down there.
Mhm.
And I think that would be an obvious place to ask what they do for a
Right.
social worker. They still have a pool table. Oh.
As does
Yeah.
Marshfield.
Yeah.
Feels too far. You got Situate here.
I think it's upstairs. It's up in that,
It's up in the back.
yeah.
What, up the
Pool-
Marshfield
The
one?
pool, no, our.
Oh,
still-
oh, ours.
Still own a pool table.
No, we don't.
Oh, it's not up
there.
there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I went looking for it one
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, he was on the hunt.
is there a reason why it disappeared?
Yes.
I think they need the space.
Ah.
Programming.
For programming.
They do take up a lot of room.
And since I was the only one who was playing, I was undefeated on that table, so I was quite annoyed when it disappeared.
Yeah, David Smullen.
Well, I donated a poker table that seats 6 and it's
Right.
portable. That's up in the
Ah.
closet too.
Ah, well,
Has
Oh.
folding legs, take it out, big octagon. You could use it for bridge.
Mahjong maybe.
I know
I don't know how
Cohasset
that
people who
works.
go to Marshfield for bridge
Oh, yeah.
regularly, yeah.
Yeah.
People
And
still
lunch and
play
everything
bridge.
else.
Pool, I've seen Cohasset people are playing pool down there.
well, the best one is when it's got 4 pool tables.
I was just at their center on Friday. That place is massive.
Yeah, yeah.
They have so much space and their room, they've really done a great job with their room. I
Yeah,
saw the
yeah.
game room. It's
Where is it?
Yeah, we got foosball in there, we
Yeah.
got darts, we got everything.
But they're in an entire school, so
Yeah.
they've got a lot of rooms to
Yeah.
work with.
Yeah, they do.
So are they in that Bicknell school? Is that where they're located?
I forget
Off
what the
Green Street.
name of the school is.
Green Street, no.
They have the whole school. There's no classes. in
It's an
it.
old elementary
Yeah.
school. So keeping with personnel and bringing people for introductions, we have Arlene with us today, who works at the front desk. So I don't know if you want to say a little bit about yourself and then if people have questions for you.
Sure. Hi, my name is Arlene DiLorenzo. I grew up in Braintree and I live in Marshfield now with my husband. And I've been here since middle of September. The day flies by. It's like, it goes by so fast. Everyone's been extremely nice to me and kind. Still working on the names. The name tags are helping everyone learn my name
Oh,
now.
good.
Great.
Yeah, that's
good.
That's
We,
good.
we need
That's-
everybody else to wear.
We're gonna have name tag day.
I agree. I think.
No, we talked about that.
Yeah,
We're talking about that.
And it's a pronunciation too. I'm still working on Millicent. I call him Maleficent.
Oh.
Only because I watched the
Not
movie. Yeah,
magnificent.
magnificent. I love her little Barbie doll display that she does. So it's just learning the idiosyncrasies and the attributes that everyone brings. Jim's been terrific. We do Meals on Wheels, so I'm learning all their names too and how that works. The rides, everyone who helps with the rides, Steve, Hines, Bob. So there's a lot of intricate pieces and people that
Mhm.
teamwork is what I've noticed because it's a small community. We overlap often and it's been a pleasure because everyone's been really helpful. So I was a teacher, I was a track coach, I worked at a cannabis medical reception. That's how I got into the reception.
Oh, wow.
One of my friends
kidding.
started at he started a company Triple M in Plymouth. So I was at the
Oh,
the
yeah.
beginning of the medical, and then it transitioned into recreational.
Yeah.
So that was a little different clientele. But so then I moved.
Plenty of seniors going in those places. Yes.
Sure. And
Yeah.
I was reading about it because I'm still on the cannabis commission because you still get the emails. And they always have a percentage that they have to give back to the community.
Mhm.
And it's not federally agreed upon yet,
Right.
but I don't know who could look into that.
Mhm.
I know the rules are starting to change, but we were always looking for places to donate money to. We couldn't donate to high schools because
Right.
of the age. And I was thinking, now that I have that background, I'm like,
Hell, yeah.
yeah.
Perfect.
And because we couldn't, we ended up going to the Plymouth prison
Yeah.
and donating there. So whoever has the insight to that, and I know the federal laws are starting to change. So I transitioned from that, and I do have my license to carry. So I worked with a lot of state policemen in the Plymouth Armor Group delivering, delivering cannabis and picking up cash. It's mostly a cash industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
With state gas, because it wasn't federal, there were only like two banks, Medford and Needham, that would take it. And so I drove all around Massachusetts to
Wow.
with all the state troopers. I was the only woman on the but I didn't even think of that because I was a track coach for so long. I was so used to that environment.
Yeah.
And then my roommate from college called and she's like, come teach with me in Pittsfield. So I taught in Pittsfield with my college roommate for 2 years. And that was really fun. So I've had an eclectic background. I lived in Toronto for a while. I worked for State Street as a corporate trainer.
When's this movie coming out? I want to see that.
No, I have.
Yeah.
And I lived in Fort Lauderdale I was a teacher down there. Some tough areas. So I've had, and all those skills that I've gotten at the other locations that really are helpful here.
Oh, neat.
And yeah, I feel like I've matured into a full-blown receptionist. Clerk, and there's still more to go, so see the sequel. And I'm trying to think. I love animals, so I'm so glad that the comfort dogs are here. And, what I try to do is just remember that everyone here is doing the best they can, and everyone is an individual, and they're a gift, and we need to take care of each other. And it's sometimes the tiniest little thing. It's just, and I'm an empath person because I was a teacher, so I can feel it when people walk in.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wish I had more time sometimes to talk to people because it does get a little
Time.
Yeah,
It
time.
would be nice.
So I have a little list and Sue helps me out. I'm like, Sue, this person, Omara, I'm like, this person needs a little help with something.
Mhm.
But it's a nice community. So does anyone have any questions for me?
I'd just like to make an observation, how
Okay.
pleasant it is to come in and see your smiling face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
That's
nice.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
right.
just a pleasure.
Thanks. It doesn't
Thank
cost
you.
anything, right?
No.
Always say
But-
hello.
It cheers me up
Means
too.
a lot.
All right, thank you.
Means a lot.
That kind of genuine enthusiasm is exactly what that job needs.
Yes.
That's, people just kind of, oh, yeah, there's Arlene, she's out.
Yeah. I mean,
That is a critical spot
Yeah.
where you
Thank
are,
you.
what you're doing out there, and it sets the tone immediately as somebody comes through the door as to
Absolutely.
what they might expect when they get in here.
I agree.
And having somebody like you, I think it's a terrific.
Oh, thank
asset.
you. So they say it takes 33 times to change a first impression. So I used to do corporate training. It was one of those little things.
Yeah.
And so it's much easier to be kind the first step.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's so much work to recover from some little incident. So Mara and I talk about that all the time. Like, it's just so much easier because there's nothing we can't solve, and we're here to help.
We're lucky to have you.
Thanks. So
Welcome, welcome.
thank you. Again, I'm working on the names. The name tags are great. If I mispronounce it, that's just my Boston accent. So. I never got rid of it.
That's the only way to learn too, is by making mistakes. Oh, no, you're not.
I know.
Right.
But now I will remember
I
who you
know.
are.
I know. And they all have a lot of them have nicknames.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm learning.
That's true.
In the, I'm losing my words. Anyway, do you know everybody here?
No. not
Maybe it would be
quite.
helpful if you guys
Sure.
yourself.
I mean, I know faces.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. let's
That
go
would be
around the
great.
room.
All right.
Paul Kears, been on the board for about 15 years or so, former chairman. In Cohasset for a long time, 40 years. I have a small medical device company in Wilmington that I've worked. at coming here. Enjoying the new facility, when we got it started. So welcome to have you there. Don't bury the front desk with signage and stuff, you know, it's getting kind of cluttered up there.
That's a
Be
good,
able to see.
that's a good insight for that. It's kind of like a rugby scrum sometimes up there.
Yeah.
So I've trying to direct people, to come to one area because they were throwing money at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of build that as a, just like a passive aggressive way to say, come on over here to the front so that I can
Yeah.
have a line without giving out
Yeah.
jelly
Tendency
tickets.
to post a lot of stuff at that desk, you know,
Yeah,
and just
yeah, I
get,
noticed
you
that.
can't see her anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Wow.
so there's a,
Before we used to just wave at the guard. Come here.
yeah, so it's kind of like just getting people to, because they don't like to wait in line and
Yeah.
yeah, so if you can come up with a better solution, I'm up for it. Yeah, absolutely. Plus I'm short, so I'm behind there, they can't really sit up. I can raise my chair a little bit. And they have the big computer.
It is
so
a high desk.
It
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
it's very, it's a little awkward there. I
Yeah, but
agree with
we,
you on that.
as Paul's talking about, there's some placards out there now that never used to be there. And that does impede viewing.
Yeah, and that's purposeful for me because I was over, literally people were throwing money at me
Yeah.
and I didn't.
Over the-
Oh, so you did that to.
Yeah, it's
to
passive
polarize.
aggressive.
It's trying
Yeah.
to, try to direct people to
Oh.
one side of the
Yeah.
desk.
See, it makes sense when it's.
So, yeah, you didn't even notice it.
I noticed.
It's starting to work and it's rather than me saying, come over here,
Yeah,
So, yeah, and I do
Okay.
still take people, the tall people over there. So,
I'm not one of those.
They can reach over the placards, yeah, and I don't, and I,
Never get to you.
I don't make, I don't make a fuss about it. But it's like Jim said, it's a multitask, it's like, you're answering the phone.
Yeah,
You're
right.
paying money, you're signing up classes. you're-
Everybody's in a
You're
hurry.
listening to somebody.
So, yeah, it's, and your voices get loud
Yeah.
and my voice gets louder and louder, so I'm just trying to find a way to do it without hurting anybody's feelings. So, because they don't always want to wait in line, and I kind of know who and not to,
Well, a lot of it, I think it is the programs. People come in for the
Right.
programs, there's some are early, most are late.
correct.
So they're standing in line and they say, oh geez, I'm late, I gotta get myself.
And it kind of all ties together because what we were finding is when it gets that hectic and people are just kind of tossing money, that's when money gets lost.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when billing becomes inaccurate.
Yeah.
So we were trying to figure out a way to streamline it.
And it
so
did help a little.
Yeah.
So,
But
but
then-
if you have another idea, I'm open for it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Other than deli tickets,
Well, what about, like, are there certain times where you could use some help? Like on a given day at, say, 11 o'clock?
Well,
I mean, it's too sporadic to
Mm.
have somebody work with you for an hour or so, right?
Well, Morgan comes out and helps me a lot.
Yeah, okay.
If I need, and
That's
Mara
good.
and
Yeah.
Dana are great.
Okay,
too.
good.
Sue's right there. Sue actually sees it and she'll come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
But that's
even
good too.
better.
Yeah.
I think everyone tries to step in
Yeah.
when they can. It's just, I think, the nature of the
Yeah,
beast that sometimes it's hard to.
And then it's quiet and I'm like, somebody have anything for me to do?
But that was one of the reasons for the second kiosk. and
Yes.
that's to
Yes.
Get that
Yes.
part of the line over to a different area,
Yeah.
move it
Perfect.
somewhere else, into
Yeah.
the, or somewhere.
Anywhere. It's gonna be closer because I like to help some people get lost in the kiosk.
Oh,
So, yeah.
sure,
So,
yeah.
but-
Oh,
No,
that
no.
goes
Those are
great.
familiar with the kiosk.
So those,
those
yeah,
better, those
so I
not.
think we're on our way with the, that's a good
We're working
insight,
on it,
so,
yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right, and I
Hi.
recognize you, usually you have a hat on and.
I'm Diana Carter and I've been here for a long, long time. Up until a couple of months ago, I ran the swim center for 50 some odd years, 52 years, I think it was. Yeah. And I also was one of the founding members here for this place. So I've been involved, but I've also done a million different things. I sound like you when I was listening. I've done everything from drive school buses to driving coaches around town, working for the town doctor for 14 years, worked for Medicare, worked for Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, done a lot of healthcare and a lot of Medicare. If you've got questions, holler. Some of it, although a lot's changed, so I tend to fall back on Sue because she's got it, more than. Up until last year, I also volunteered for the government and did some teaching all over the state for Medicare to help people understand what they have. Here you've got a lot of people have no idea what they have. So, what is
this kind of plan? What is this kind of plan, you know, and
It
some of that.
changes, like,
And it changes again.
yeah.
I was reading it the other day and I thought, oops, there's another change. So, yeah, so that's kind of my life. I live locally, obviously, and I'm sort of just here.
Right.
I also agree. I love the name tag, and honest to God, if somebody wants to make me up one,
Okay.
just because it is great to be
Mhm.
able to to talk with people and understand who they are and they understand who you are, which I think is
Well, this is
great.
helpful too, going around. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tend to try to listen a lot to what people might be thinking, or if they have a complaint about something, what they're complaining about. Most of the time you'll find it really isn't a complaint. It's either a personal thing or it's something that's very easily, you know, resolved. So that's me.
Hi, I'm Rich Hines, past chairman here, been on the board maybe 10 years. I'm a retired electrical engineer. I worked a lot with the state or for the state and for most of the high-tech companies in Massachusetts. I'm also commander of the VFW in town, involved in a few veterans programs, and of course this. That's about it. Thank you.
I'm Taffy Northagle. I've been on the board here for 14 years, about. Until 6 months ago, I was on the Housing Authority, chairman for 15 years. So I'm now the liaison to Housing Authority from the Senior Center Board. I have a disabled child who's 52, has Down syndrome. We have him. So I have been very involved with disability issues in the town. We've lived here for almost 60 years. And also with affordable housing in Cohasset. So got a lot here about housing and disability issues.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great advocate. I'm Tana Carlson, been on the board. Paul, did you say you were here for 16 years?
Yeah.
A year before he did
Wow.
on the board. And in my former life, I was a social worker and then I was a banker. Well, I wasn't a banker. I worked at a bank. Yeah.
For a bank. In the financial industry, Tam.
I worked at a
Money
bank.
No, they say that for me.
And we sold distressed properties. And we've lived in town for 52 years. I'm involved with the Social Service League. And we've lived abroad. And we've, as I say, here 53 years.
Wow.
Next week.
Wow.
Yeah. January 11th, I think. So, and I'm married and I live with my husband over at Wheelwright Farm.
I'm Eleanor Barrett, formerly of Braintree.
A womp. Yeah,
Mhm.
another womp.
I know.
And I think you're related to one of my very favorite teachers,
Oh,
Di Lorenzo.
that's my husband's name. So I'm a Mahoney,
Okay.
but
He's a wonderful man.
I met him. He was the superintendent
Yeah,
here.
wonderful.
I've met him, but I'm not related to him that I know of,
Okay.
but I have spoken with him on several occasions. He's very nice.
This guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm here with all of them. I don't know how many years.
Many.
Many
It's
It's
years,
great that you guys have been here this long.
many years. What else? I own my own business. I try to do a lot of stuff.
Oh, tell her a little about your business.
Come on, tell her.
So interesting.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. All right.
Wow. Assisted living in Cambridge. I own an assisted living in Cambridge. Prior to that, we owned the Braintree Rehab Hospital.
Many times there. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, the old leg and limb. That's
Yes,
what we used to call it, Yeah.
Right?
The old leg and limb, yeah.
What'd you call it?
The old leg and limb.
Oh, you're talking about the one on Pond Street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I never knew it had a nickname, but.
My mom worked there when it was Braintree Rehab.
But it was really good.
Yes.
I did my volunteer work there too, yeah.
Great.
Oh,
A
wow.
lot of connection.
Yeah.
She was small.
And I worked at the front desk for a very long time.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
there you go.
Now we have a smiley face though.
And
She's really nice with it. Oh.
What are you doing here?
Well, nobody
They had one of those.
Nobody threw money at her. at the
Yeah, no, there's
table.
I know, they're just so late for their class. They get so, yeah. That's nice to meet you. I've spoken with you.
I'm Marcia
Yeah.
Sylvia. I'm the new kid here. Only been
You don't
here
get to say that too often. do you?
no. 2 or 3 years, I don't know. I was a former teacher also, and I live in town, and I don't have all these fascinating things in my background.
You've been very helpful. You helped me with the bulletin boards and
Oh,
that was really helpful.
I have lived here 50-something years also,
Wow.
so
God, if I'm looking
yeah,
for
there's
this
some
time.
history.
So we'll learn together, Marcia. Yeah, all right.
So you know my name.
I
but
do.
you
Jim.
Probably don't know much else about me.
I know you make pork, you put pork in your meatloaf.
You do know that.
Ian calls me all the time, is there pork? And he's like, I was gonna get a t-shirt.
Same
There's
woman
always pork
calls
in the.
every month. wants to know if there's pork on the meatloaf.
Yeah. Oh,
I came here, geez, I guess about 10 years ago. So when I retired, well, I've been retired from the elevator industry for 13 years. I did that for 40 years. And I was afraid I would go cuckoo if I didn't find something to do. So I came down here to help out, volunteer, help those old people out down there. And that's when I discovered I was an old person. So maybe I would be not only the president, but a client, like the hair club for men. But it's been a great place. And it's been a fascinating way to meet people in this town and get to know something about them, not just, hi, how are you, but finding out about their lives have been fascinating. And all the people that come through that door, everybody's got a story, you come to find out, that is really interesting to learn about. That's what I think makes this place such a great asset, not just to the people who come here, but to the whole town. And I don't think we tell that story well enough. We need to do more about educating all the people in town, because all the people that come here have adult children, they have grandchildren that don't really understand. They think this is some kind of a nursing home or something. They don't know what goes on. And I in this coming year, I would like to focus some energy on spreading that story, letting people know what a fabulous resource that this place is.
that men's group on Thursday mornings,
Yeah,
that's when I hear a lot.
they're a
of
lively bunch.
that. I
aren't they?
love, yeah, it's like a little summit that goes on every Thursday.
And that's, I mean, it's hard to get men to places like this, but this place seems to
That
do pretty
really-
well.
That's a great program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It dropped off since they got rid of the meatball contest. When they got rid of the meatball contest.
Oh,
So learn all this stuff.
Dropped even further when the pool table.
Yeah.
At least by one.
Oh, and you helped me with everything, so thank you. Yeah, and Elaine's always
Oh.
helping me too, yeah.
Oh, picking up on that makes me think of a potential program, stories from the stage. I mean, don't you love those NPR?
Yes, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
that's
Love that
interesting that you say
show.
that, because
Situate
I've been
does
thinking
it.
about that too.
Aw.
Situate does it. Situate, I think it's coming up, or maybe they were receiving stories, submissions, and then they have a recruitment, they have a training program, how people can present their stories.
Oh,
That would be a
wow.
great program, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, gotta work on that.
I
That's
also
info
thought
from
about
Situate.
something like, David Letterman's new show, My Next Guest Is, who just has somebody that he talks to
Yeah.
one-on-one.
Yes.
If you could get somebody like Ned Tebbets to come in here, and sit in front of a microphone
Nettie,
for half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. The stories that you could hear from that man, or other people like him,
Right.
lots of other people in this town that have this historical memory.
Yeah.
And that stuff's being lost. It's all
Right.
going away as these people drop off.
Yeah.
This stuff is gold. And
Jim,
people would
didn't you
love to
do
hear
that
that.
though?
You
So
did.
we had done this.
Well, we had a
We
legacy
did, yeah.
chat program that we should
Oh,
probably
yes.
kick up again.
Yes.
And which is nice. That was to provide a record for somebody to
Mm.
have for their family to share with whoever they
Oh,
That
wanted
didn't
to.
get shared with.
No, we did it for the,
But it didn't
Yeah,
get
the
shared
family,
generally.
private.
But I
Right,
think
that
as
was
a means
private.
of promoting this place,
Right.
if
Yeah.
we had an afternoon
fun
or an
activity.
evening even where people could come and listen to maybe two people tell
Right.
their story,
Yeah.
Right.
I think people would line up for that.
I
we did
had,
do it for the center as well. We had Don Royne come in and they wanted to get testimonies from people about coming to the center because we had hardly anyone coming to the center.
Ah,
Um,
Can't
yes,
imagine that.
yeah, so, yeah, when we first opened, it was,
Wow.
It was quiet. It was
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
a quiet
quiet.
place.
well, we were up, on Main Street and, we just had an office and an open room, so, when this place opened, we only had 10 people up there, and friends would go, to the Lightkeepers Inn for their cafe. And then there was a bridge group that was, a for-profit kind of bridge program that, we tried to get folks from there to come. So it was a tough thing. So they, Social Service League helped put together this program to help promote the center, get people to come in and do testimonials and things like that. So we had the high school come down, they tried to, we fumbled quite a bit with the IT side of it here. But certainly we didn't have a 143 Facebook page back then, we didn't have,
Remember they used to do that Our Town on TV too.
yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yes, with we,
Mark DiGiacomo, was it? And-
Wigmore?
Yes.
it was a woman.
Giacomo, to Giacomo.
Yes, Wiggy's co-host, the
Yeah, yeah.
woman.
Yep.
Yes, what's her name?
But we had our newspaper then too.
Pat Martin, yeah.
Yeah.
Pat Martin.
Martin.
The good old days.
The good old days.
Oh. No,
But you're right. I mean, it certainly, would help if we started doing something, even if it was just quarterly, getting something out there and seeing how it goes.
And they're really fun. They're supposed to be funny. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes they're serious. They have serious pieces.
we had a thing yesterday down at the harbor. So there's a boat down there that it's a fishing boat that's been there for years and it's called the Margie and
Mhm.
she's in tough shape. She's just every year just sort of disintegrate. Everybody knows who it belongs to, but nobody's said anything. And just recently, the Figueritos have said, we're going to fix it.
Oh, yeah.
And so the last 2 or 3 days, well, actually, it's being pulled out tomorrow. They've gone through this whole thing, and I tell you, I was fascinated. And his wife, who's turning 98 on the 26th of January, she told me yesterday, is giving me this whole thing about where the boat
She
came
knows
from.
the history of the
The
boat.
owner of.
It was fascinating.
Wow.
And her son brings her down to the harbor. She's in a truck, typical fisherman's truck.
Yeah.
He turns the heat on high. I want to tell you, it's gotta be 80 degrees. in the truck. And then he goes and does his business and just leaves her there.
She probably loves
And
it.
she loves it. Oh, no, she loves it.
Talks to
She
people.
loves getting out. She
Yeah.
loves going. And we were having a whole long conversation about her balance
Uh-huh.
here, coming to balance class and
Uh-huh.
why she wasn't coming. And the interesting fact was, the bottom line was that she felt bad because when she came, she was always she feels like she's holding back the class
Yeah.
because she's so elderly and it takes her so much longer. So I finally worked around to the dinners that we have 4 times a year. And how would she feel about if I picked her up and had her just come to one of the dinners, thinking it would get her out of it might be. But talk about storyteller. Holy cow. I mean,
Wow.
we got in so deep. It was really funny. I mean, it was neat. It was a wonderful experience, to listen to somebody. Yeah.
It's great.
So I get to spend a lot of time with you because you're always going.
Yeah, Elaine Coin.
I even know where you get your hair done now. so.
Important stuff.
Yeah.
Priorities.
I like
That's why the center runs so well.
You know where you get you.
Yeah.
gotta know those things.
Everyone, I probably have to go back and rest tomorrow at this point.
You do. I
But this
appreciate
was
it.
really fun. Thanks. You guys are amazing. I don't know if anyone's told you that today, but what a lucky town to have all this.
If you could repeat it when I leave, that would be
I
great.
will. Yeah.
On the way out the
Well,
door.
one thing to take away is
Sure.
you've heard the experience of, so
Yes.
many of us have been here so long. Rely on us for anything you need or any questions you have.
Thank you.
because
Yes.
We've got all
Henry's
like,
my go-to guy, Henry the mailman. right?
Oh, Henry Render.
I'm like, I go, Henry, someone wants a cemetery plot for their ashes. And he's like, I can help you with that.
Oh, no kidding.
I don't think we can go
Yeah,
that
so
far.
you'll
but-
see Henry sitting next to me once in a while.
I love it.
So more information, but everyone's been great. Sometimes my questions are a little,
Never,
never.
never.
Bopping, talking a mile a minute, going, blah, 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 and she's like, okay. So I have more resources, but thank you very much. I feel very
You're welcome.
welcome.
Thank
And
you.
again,
Wonderful to meet you.
wonderful to meet you, and you're very altruistic, and they're so lucky to have you.
Yeah.
So don't forget that.
And you
All right.
call when you have
Yeah.
needs, is anybody can do this
Yes.
for me? Because,
Okay,
Yeah, because a lot of us can't.
yeah, a lot of us
Yeah.
can do a lot of things.
I know the front desk.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, right.
You too.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
here for you. That's our job. is to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just saying,
Yes.
we're definitely getting there. 2026 is gonna be a good year.
Hmm.
All right,
Good.
go Pats. All right.
Yeah,
Bye.
That's right.
Coming in early.
Thank
You
you.
might want to go that way because there's the cords.
Got it.
Oh, good, I'll hit her. How would you like to take some money, Harley?
Still throwing.
Oh, good. All right.
Throw your money at you.
Never waste an opportunity, Kathy.
So I'll just try and go quickly through the rest. So the ice machine has formally, it's fixed. Well, it wasn't really broken. It needed to be cleaned. It's been cleaned and we have it on a regular quarterly schedule to be cleaned moving forward. So hopefully we don't have that.
Is there a vendor that does that?
Yes, yeah, an outside vendor came in. I had no idea how long it takes to actually clean an ice machine, but that man was here for like 6+ hours.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite the process. So,
Really?
yeah,
Mm.
You disassemble it?
I think he had to
You
like
probably
pull
did.
some
Had
stuff
to,
out. Yeah.
Maybe for an initial cleaning, it
Yeah.
probably you disassemble.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if
Yeah,
it's
quarterly
the
should
same
be.
next time.
Yeah.
But we have them scheduled, and so hopefully we have no more issues with that moving forward. And then the question of the cameras came up last time. I now have access to those, so I can access them if we need to for some reason.
And they are recording.
Yes.
Is there some
Continuous.
central deposition for the records? Because I imagine a lot of buildings in town.
Or
on
those
the same-
recorded over and over? Did they retain
That's
the
a good
recordings or
question.
did they just?
I think they retained them because I was told if we needed to go back
That
and
was a
try and
purpose.
pull something, I can open them and see them live at any point in
Right.
time. I can pull stuff, but he recommended that I go through IT and have them help me
Uh-huh.
pull it. So it sounds like they do hold it. I don't know if there's a time frame on how
Yeah.
long they hold, but
I suspect there is.
yeah,
It probably is.
but we do formally have access to them.
Great.
Great.
And in internal and external. And then just some event updates. We had a lot of really great programs the last month. The photo tour of New Zealand was a big hit with about 20 participants. The presentation on owls in Massachusetts was also a really big hit. I think we heard feedback that people would love to hear more things like that.
Uh-huh.
We had the 2 musical performances that went really well, and then the line dance party with Mimi, which was 30 people.
Great.
And people were raving about it, begging her. She's now in Florida, but begging her to come back and do another one. She actually contemplated coming back in February, but I don't think she's doing that now. So probably not until the spring, but we'll definitely host another line dancing party when she comes back.
So Danica, I just wanted to make a point, the Rusty Skippers band, separate from the other one.
Yes.
There were probably 100
Oh,
people.
Absolutely. There was way.
Oh,
beyond
you know, we
30.
probably
Volunteers.
have the,
Yeah. Yeah, so,
There
but
were over 100 people.
make your note.
Tell you, for the Rusty Skippers, the Christmas special.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's not counting the band.
Yeah, no, there were.
Yeah, that's not
It
counting the
was
band. It's
Full.
Counting
We
the
had to bring chairs. in.
That's what I thought, yeah, yeah.
That's
It's always a big one for the Christmas one.
And then for attendance, I did December, but I also did all of 25 versus 24.
Oh,
Since we
okay.
were at the end of the year.
Mhm.
So I put both of those in, and I did add in unduplicated as requested,
Thank
so. You can see those numbers.
Can you try to get your report so that it comes out with the other reports? In other words,
With the packet.
yeah, with the packet, like the Wednesday.
It did.
Was it?
before.
This one
Yeah,
did.
this
Oh,
is-
it did?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, this one did.
All right, because on Zoom, I'll be on Zoom the next couple of months, so I just want to be able to see the report.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, I thought it was, we
Okay.
went in.
All right, I'm sorry, I didn't think so.
Yeah, this one did come out, all of them at one time. That was Morgan and Morgan.
Any comments, questions? We have motion to accept the director's report.
So moved?
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there anything the director needs, anything upcoming? Don't we have a big Valentine's Day luncheon every year?
We're doing St. Patrick's Day next, I think. I haven't heard anything about.
A Valentine's Day or luncheon?
No, I don't think there's a Valentine's luncheon, but I know Maura was talking about
I
the
was
St.
just
Patty's
talking
Day
with Laura
dinner.
this morning about Valentine's.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do it on the actual day of St. Patrick's Day this year.
Okay,
at the Lunch.
What day of the week is that?
I think it's a Tuesday.
yeah. Right.
Well, the other thing is you've started to, or last month anyway, you sent out a note to the bocce and cornhole people when the room was gonna be busy.
hmm
That worked out terrifically. So
Oh, good.
you could keep doing that when you know the room's not available.
Yeah, yeah, I talked to Maura about that. I think she's been trying to do that pretty regularly. So hopefully, yeah, I don't see why that would be an issue.
And I like the name badges.
Good.
I think it could be a little bigger.
Yeah.
We are getting old, that's the problem.
That's the problem. The
It's
staff
true.
is not as old as we are.
Yeah, the hard part, so there was a lot, the badges are, there are a lot of opinions about the badges. So finding something that people were willing to wear was part of the issue. And unfortunately, I know they're not very like big.
No, I miss being this.
The badge
print.
is fine.
print
The
Printing.
badge
print.
is fine.
The
The
print
print should be
itself.
bigger.
Yeah, it should be
Oh, okay,
less
I can see if
white.
we can go.
Gotta
Oh, I
go
don't know if we can do
24
that.
font.
Yeah,
Change
yeah.
the font.
Well, those are easy enough. They're just stickers, so we can
Yeah.
adjust that.
Yeah.
So they do have,
Go
they
right
do have
over.
badges with magnets.
That would be the,
These are.
Oh, they
okay.
are, good,
So you have to poke a hole through your blouse.
that was one
Yeah.
of the things is,
Yeah.
yes, people want to make sure.
Yeah, the
Okay.
badges
That's
are
a great thing.
Yeah,
that's
I've
a-
heard
the
other
size
people
is
said
fine.
they couldn't read them.
Yeah, they're not quite big.
All right, well.
Names are not
I'll see if
long.
we can Make the print bigger.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
And I know that you're in the middle of budgeting and capital
Yes.
planning, and maybe next month we
What's that?
A lunch.
It will be on the 17th.
hear more on that, or
You might have to leave.
know what's going on then.
Sure.
So that does remind me, I think that there's an
Wrap this up.
annual report that has to be filed with the state. in
Yeah,
March or April.
in the fall is.
Are you talking about the town?
No,
report?
no,
Oh.
elder
This is the
affairs
state.
to the state.
State.
That happens in the fall.
Is it the fall?
Yeah, it just happened in
Okay.
the end of October.
Okay, I thought there was something in April, May that had to be filed
Yeah,
somewhere.
the fall. And so that's been submitted.
Yes,
Maybe, do we want to share it?
we can, if,
can
yeah,
we
if
share
you
it?
guys would like
I
to.
think I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
this-
it's.
Do you want me to just send it to the group via email? You want me to bring it as a printout next time? What would be helpful to you guys?
Send an email.
Email, yeah.
The state annual report basically tells you everything about elder affairs for the year.
Yeah.
It's required because we're getting the
Fun.
state funding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? So they want to know how you do.
The
What are
metrics.
you doing, that kind of stuff. And,
Yeah.
And then it asks usually, what are you going to do new next year or something like that, right? So those are kind of the things that they look for.
And also Megan Stewart has started putting together a 5-year plan,
There's a 10-year,
or
Plan.
10-year, okay.
the capital budget?
Yeah.
Yes,
Is that still rolling?
yes, but there's been some changes to it. That's, I think, what Elaine was
Yes.
talking about, is
Oh.
doing an update.
So I was asking, if we can have an update of
Yeah.
where it stands.
Yeah.
Is when that, some were pulled.
That's a requirement by the town.
Well,
Capital
I
budget
remember
committee,
when
yeah.
we first sat down, we sat down with the police department. And they showed us this, and they were accounting for bullets. It was amazing, the
Yeah.
stuff that was in there. As a result, they get funded pretty well.
Excuse me.
Capital budget requires it every year to be submitted. Their 10-year plan, and usually you focus on the first 3
Mhm.
years of what your demand is going to be, because you're probably closer to being realistic on that than the ones 7 years out are pretty much
Might
based
change.
on warranty. So we we spent a lot of time with Glenn, and, went through all of the warranties on everything in the building and listed them all. Just when the warranties were up, right? So I kind of give you an idea of when stuff was gonna go. And, sure enough, ice machine, issues and things like that started to come up.
And
So,
when is
yeah.
that due?
Yeah. And
When
the
is-
stove, yeah,
When is that due, that 10-year plan to be submitted?
last week.
It was last, okay.
Well, the
But
town gives
I
these
know you're-
deadlines, the town they give deadlines because they need time to read them.
Right.
Yeah,
And then they need time to not approve them.
Yeah.
And then they publish them in the warrant.
Yeah.
So,
No, if we could see that, or wherever we are with that, I think that's
Yeah.
important. 'Cause that, stuff like siding on the building, we know that's an issue. We also, I don't even know if you know this, the original plan was to make this building even larger. We were
someone-
talking about assisted daycare.
Oh, yeah. we did just talk about
So that's somewhere on the plan.
Interestingly enough, I asked Donegal about that the other day and she was nobody mentioned
I know.
to Donegal.
No,
That's kind of.
I didn't know
Wanna
anything about
scare
it.
her
That's
off.
what I say, you got a lot of history here, a lot of
Wow,
history
he's
at
gone.
this table.
Oh, that was
yeah, it was
high.
like grabbing the third rail.
Didn't need to know everything.
We
Yeah.
we were trying to approve a town hall, they were trying to approve all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff.
I was
and,
just
you
gonna
know,
say they were doing everything under the
Yeah.
sun.
everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, So, but yeah, there are existing plans for another
building.
4,000 square feet
Yeah.
on this side, so you lose the patio and pergola, it would be over there kind of thing, but I don't think.
Never
on this
finished with the
side.
pergola.
No, the per-
You'll finish just in time for them to build something over it.
Not gonna
Uh-huh.
happen right away.
I mean, I can share just quickly with the capital budget. There were conversations with facilities because there were only, in the next 3 years, there were only two things on there. It was the walk-in fridge and siding, was on there. Facilities felt like neither one of them actually needed to be on the capital plan based on having people come in and do assessments. I think Nick from facilities was planning if there was siding that needed to be done, that would be done through facilities as needed, but he felt like neither one needed to be on in the next 2 years.
Wouldn't that be
And there wasn't
out of our
anything else
budget?
there.
Would that
What's
be,
that?
if, let's say the siding, if the siding comes due, do we pay for that, or does the town pay for that, or how's?
Yeah, I mean, facilities has a small budget related to the CEA, so it could, but I think what was in the capital budget was like a complete overhaul of the siding, and he
Was
didn't feel like,
60,000.
yeah, he didn't feel like
It all
that was
comes from the
necessary.
town.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it'd be a
Yeah.
line item.
But it's just a matter of informing the town
Yeah, the
that,
town, right.
this is coming.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So we did talk about those. Megan, Michelle are all aware of the fact that those were on there, but not now moving forward with them in the next 2 years. And then there was nothing in the third year. But I can still share what, it's the same 10-year plan at this point that was created last year.
Okay, all right. But again, I like the way the police did it, because they had bullets every year, and
Right.
smart.
You need bullets, Rich?
Yeah, I need a pool table.
So when it comes to capital budget, the facility itself, probably has more input from the facilities group, the ones that
Yeah.
are charged with
Sure.
maintaining the building, but
Sure.
everything inside of it is really our push and our
Mhm.
responsibility to go get funding for. So that is what we've gone in front of capital all the time.
Mhm.
Every year we go in front of capital for whatever small things that we may have, asks for.
The music
Get the
man, I
budget. Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. So it's usually me. But, and same thing, we went in
Harold
front
Hill.
of,
Yeah,
for the CPC money as well to do the pergola. So getting the things internally that we need is something that we need to pay attention to. So we would put those and push for those
Yeah.
on the capital budget. Facility, building related, windows and heat and siding, that kind of thing
Right.
would be, we'd have to go see Brian Joyce to say, hey, this is what we think we need. We need to find out, how we want to present it. Because what the town has is, they have, let's say, $1 million that they can spend every year. And, so everyone gets in line for that. And,
you were first in line, as I remember, so that was good.
so we can see,
All right, how about subcommittees? Any subcommittees have any reports? I don't think so. Liaison reports.
Um,
Yes, Taffy.
Yeah, I'd like to go ahead. So, piggybacking on what Paul was talking about, the Housing Authority has formed an agreement with Situate. It is not like the agreement we had with Norwell, which was an official management agreement. I not being on the committee anymore, I still don't understand exactly how they're managing this. But basically, Situate is taking over Cohasset, although it's never going to be called, we will never be called the Situate Housing Authority down 60 Elm Street, but it's being incorporated into Situate as far as they are going to start doing the leasing. And we'll have our own maintenance person, but he will have help from Situate whenever he needs it, because they're a much bigger housing authority. And their director is our director. And her name is Deb Schwartz, and she just bought a house in Cohasset. So she's very excited. She's only been in Situate 6 months, but they've been very happy with her in Situate. So I hope this is all going to work out. And in December, they made 14 offers for leases. 6 people moved in
Oh,
December.
good,
Eight-
good.
8 turned them down.
Mhm.
But they're gonna go out again, you know. Within the next few weeks, again, they're offering at least. There are
does
still a lot of
Cohasset-
vacancies.
Have any control over who's accepted?
Oh, yeah, it'll
Okay.
still be, yes, it'll still work the same way. I mean, it's like, we're not gonna be part of Situate. Cohasset people will still have first preference.
But it's the state, right? So.
Yeah, but the state will know that Cohasset has
Okay.
first preference. But I'm just saying, they have 2 people in Situate who only do leasing. They do all the champ work and they do all the recertifications. And so those 2 people are gonna start doing the
Okay.
Cohasset lists, but they will still be our Cohasset lists, separate that way. How that all works out with the state, I said that to Donna yesterday. The state went along with this and she said, yep, so far. You know?
They go along with anything, as long as they don't
Well,
have to do anything.
Well, they, as she said, and I knew it was true, we were really in danger of being forced to be taken over by someone.
Oh,
And the state really wanted Quincy to take us over. And that would have been over, I mean, the whole board would have resigned. But for a number of reasons, but the fact that Quincy is so big. But they run Hingham and
Really?
Marshfield, I believe. They run a lot of towns.
Wow.
And their director is, I mean, he sent me a letter out saying, you know, that he thought that Quincy was the answer to our problems, you know, that we should. And I wrote back to him and said, I'm not even on the board anymore, and this is totally inappropriate. But they were really aggressive about wanting to move. So I think this sounds good.
Good.
out of the 6 that came in, any veterans?
I don't know who they are.
Oh.
I mean, you know,
But
and now
they-
that I'm not even on the board, I
Okay.
really don't know. I really don't know. I do know 2 men. I think one is a veteran. One I know is, but also someone very involved in the Legion. So, a lot of men, and that's good.
Yeah.
Really.
Do we know anything about One Pleasant Street? You may,
Sure.
Paul
So
does.
from a housing perspective,
I mean, that place is still empty, right?
so the first floor is a school daycare, so that's the only part that's commercial. So that's a retail space that's occupied.
Mhm.
There are 14 apartments there in which the owners of the facility are converting it. They're working with the state it was originally apartments. Then the owner converted it to condominiums. And now they're filing, it went back to the planning board to have it converted back to apartments. And now they have to refile with the state because they're apartments and there's affordable housing units towards that. So what's going to happen is they're going to start renting those at some point. And when they rent those, 4 of them will be deed restricted for affordable housing, but all 14 of them will count towards the
Oh,
housing
that's
stock.
even
So,
better.
yeah, so that's the great news. I don't know why they're not currently rented. Other than there was some transitions going on within the business. Maybe that's the delay. I don't know. Yeah. So
But they are apartments again.
they're apartments again,
Good.
as far as last we were told.
All 14 are affordable?
Mm.
All
No,
The
so
number will be.
they get counted towards the housing stock, but only 4
Oh.
are deed restricted.
Oh,
Yeah, so 2 of them are 2-bedroom apartments and 2 of them are 1-bedroom apartments. So
And where does that put the town? Does that put us with a big margin now? If we
it will help us, yeah, definitely help us get over the number, because we're at 10.3 right now, so we're
Cool.
over the 10%. So hopefully this gets us a little higher.
Yeah,
And of course, anything new that gets built in town kind of dilutes that. But there's a housing project that has been around for 20 years that never got approved. They came back now to try and get approved again. That's like 20 homes, in which 10% of those would have to be deed restricted. So 2 homes would be deed restricted. So that would help.
Where is this?
It's going to be off of Jerusalem Road, between Forest Ave, Jerusalem Road, and that corner on the hill up there. I don't know if it's Black Rock Road,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, I know.
Black Forest Lane and Black Rock
Yeah.
Road.
Yeah.
Black Rock Road.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Up over there, there's about 20 some odd acres.
Yeah.
oh,
They
Interesting.
came to the sewer commission to
All wetland.
inquire about, whether it's ability to go through we haven't heard back from them. They didn't submit any plans or anything, so we're not sure what was happening there. And then there isn't anything else that's new that's coming that we're aware of.
What, the gas station property downtown?
What is it?
Is that-
Yeah, so that's kind of the unknown for us, because that was originally approved for 12 to 14 units. And they went back and forth on whether to be condos or apartments, and then they closed that company and it was sold off. And the new owners haven't come back to say what they want to do with the property.
Uh-huh.
So we're hoping this is the year that happens. That would be terrific. Yeah. So, because if they're apartments, is the key to success for us, right? Because we get credit for all of them. If they're condos, you just get credit for 2 or 3 units, and so that's what would be there. So it's trying to encourage people to go apartments would be great, and
Would be great. It would be great for senior population because you're so close to everything.
Oh, yeah.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, and you can walk or,
The apartments are, Beth is not here from a real estate perspective. I mean, people like to sell an asset for long-term investments, right? So you want to buy a house, live in it for 30 years and then sell it and move somewhere. But, right now, for Cohasset, if we had more apartments, that allows more people who only want to be here for 5 or 10 years or just moving in to be able to live here for a while, as opposed to, buying something for 600,000-800,000 and then they have to move 2 or 3 years from now or 7 years from now, whatever the case may be. Folks who are downsizing, which is what we identified here at the senior center, was there was no place to go.
Mhm.
So you got the 4-bedroom colonial stuff, if you heard this before, Tana, right? And you wanted,
I
You
was
want
one of them.
and you want to downsize,
Yeah.
where do you go, right? So we were trying to find spots for what we call little A affordable housing, which is just not deed restricted, but the town put, zones for housing to be a certain size. So they're not 2,500 or 3,500 square feet. They're all
Mhm.
smaller. So now the town has what would be affordable housing, which would be smaller units that would probably sell between 400,000 and 600,000, that kind of thing. So they went through the master plan and kind of identified that as a big issue.
Mm.
It's one of the big deals there. And there's areas in town where the town does have land that they could do something like that on. But that takes a lot of thought and And it's gonna take a lot of tough skin to
I was gonna say aggravation, who wants to go through that?
want to go through it, right? Yeah.
So
So,
I understand that the plan now for the 3A police has changed so that it's just gonna be police, not fire. Anybody
Really?
else hear
Haven't
that?
heard that.
I
Yeah,
haven't heard anything.
I heard that too, yeah.
Well,
Wow.
the new sign
They
says.
proved that the
So has
actual
to be-
mileage between 3A and Deep Beechwood and downtown to
Yeah.
Beechwood, yeah, is the same. So they want to know why.
I thought the concern with the train tracks, the
That
hold
was
up in time
the
to
original
cross.
That's
story.
what I thought
Yeah,
too,
me
but
too.
that's what they came back with was they didn't feel that it was worth it because it's the same
Hmm.
distance.
How can I-
Not my problem.
But yeah, I was gonna say, but yeah, exactly. Of course, if you live close to them and listen to the horns for the last 2 days, you'd realize that
They're busy.
Really?
King Street's
Oh,
got a little
that was
problem.
unusual.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had problems with the arms
Yeah,
at King
yeah.
Street.
Well, they did again this morning.
Did they?
Oh, yeah, 5:05.
Oh, you would know.
5:05.
Oh, man.
Boom, boom. I go, no. And Vicky's looking at me, so I say, is it time to get up? No.
Down, Wiki.
Then it's 7 o'clock. I think it was about 7 o'clock. I got up and turned the coffee on and I opened up the, what do you call it there, the Facebook, and sure enough,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, anybody got any last words? Have a motion to adjourn?
The move? Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
We will meet again on the 9th of February. Thank you.
Night for February coming up.